Epic Eden here with yet another tutorial. And this is going to be a pretty short tutorial, guys. I just want to show you how to get and how to use the allow, deny, and barrier block. And hopefully it's going to help fine-tune some of your game building skills and your map building skills. So let me go ahead and get set up with that, and we'll get started.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's get started with this really quick tutorial. All right, to give yourself a allow block, just hit \give @p and allow, and that'll put a allow block into your inventory. Now, the allow block, you may not know, or you may know, bear with me, but allow blocks allow you to place blocks on top of them. So say you're in adventure or adventure or survival, you're allowed to place blocks on top of these blocks, not to the side, but directly on top. So let's go over here. We're going to set it to adventure real quick, and you'll see I can break these blocks because they're sitting on top of the allow block. However, I cannot place a block here. I can place one here, but not there because there's not an allow block there. So therefore, it will not allow me to place a block there. And this can work to your advantage several different ways. And I know I'm ahead of myself. You haven't seen this. You haven't seen me implement this in the game. I will. I just want to get ahead of the curve here because we're going to jump into this soon, and I want you guys to practice this. So, okay. So let's say we're going to put an allow block. Excuse me, because I am in adventure. If I put an allow block here, and this is off to the side, the allow block allows it to go up. So if this is on the side, it doesn't have to be an allow block. These blocks can be any block of your choice. It's just the block below it has to be an allow block. And if you have an item frame with something on the item frame, you can actually interact with it, not just spin it around, but you can actually take it. Okay, so this was the allow blocks allowing you to do that. So if you're making a game, you can do a lot of cool stuff, and you're going to see this in the game coming up in Dreams of Darkness, the game. And like I said, we'll get more into that. I just want you to be able to goof around, play with this, and see what we got. And we'll get into command blocks and all the commands that I'm using for this. And these are super easy, guys. Anyway, so let's put this back. So doing the same thing, we're going to set that back to dirt. Well, if I push the right button, we're going to set that back to dirt. Now, I can still interact with it, of course, but I cannot take it because there's not an allow block there. Now, let's say you're playing a game and you're like, well, I keep pushing the wrong one. I don't want the allow block to show. And that's fine. Let's go back into creative like if we were building the game. And what we do is put the allow block below it, put our decorative block above it. Like I said, it doesn't matter whether the allow block's here or 50 blocks below it. Everything from where the allow block is up will allow you to build it. Remember, not the side. So if we take this and we go back into adventure mode, and then I go over here, I can interact with it, and yes, I can take it off the wall, even though the allow block is not visible. And that's cool if you want to hide stuff, make it tricky. You can do stuff like that. So let's go ahead and just switch this back. Now, say you have an allow block here, you have this here, but you don't want people to be able to build up out of it. You can do easy things. You can put a barrier block there. You know, you can't see it because I'm in adventure, but you can put a barrier block there so they can't continue just to build on top of that by knocking all this off. They cannot, see, because the barrier block is stopping them. So you can do little tricky things like that. Yeah, that's up to you. Now, that's out of the way. Let's go ahead and look at what the deny block does. And I'm going to show you, like, say you're mining, or say you have players. I don't know what kind of game you're making or what you're doing, but say you're mining and you want them to be able to mine a certain area, but not at the wall. Say, you say it's a big cube and you want to be able to mine out the cube, but only the cube. The easy command for that, and like I said, you can replace this with decorative blocks. Just make sure the allow block is underneath that decorative block. Okay, so we can go over here, and all of a sudden they're mining here, but see how they can't dig here? Because this is the deny block. Now, to get the deny block, you would push \give @p, deny. Easy as that. That'll go into your inventory. Now, all my blocks in my hotbar may look different depending on which texture pack you're using. I'm using Faithful. So yeah, you can do that. So they can mine certain areas or whatever it is, put things down or not. But they can't get this. And for the barrier blocks, you can do the same thing here with the barrier blocks. If you want to go to a certain level, you can do stuff like that. And this will save you a lot of time, and you don't have to learn commands. I think the developers of Minecraft Mojang is really good at about putting things in there into the game, so you don't have to know commands. You can get around them. And the allow block is, of course, it's not in your inventory when you go to creative. It's nowhere in here. You know, if you type it in, you can't find it. And there's several blocks like that. And we'll go over the blocks that are hidden that you may or may not know about. Yeah, in the future, and we'll see what we come up with and what we can do. But yeah, I hope you. Oh, before we get back to, I know you know, but just backslash at P barrier block, and that's how I got my barrier blocks. But I hope that helped you out. Maybe let's take a second and we'll jump over to the original Dreams of Darkness game, and I'll show you a quick example of how I'm using this. This is not in the game that we're making right now, but I'll show you what's coming up in the game. So I'll be right back. All right, guys, so real quick, we're back here in the original Dreams of Darkness. And keep in mind, this area is not done in this part of the game, and it's not going to be because we're building the game all over again. So if you don't know about that, make sure you join over there. I will leave a link in the description below and a thumbnail at the end of this so you can get caught up on Dreams of Darkness, the game. So anyway, so this is like a workstation. This is not a normal one. Sometimes they don't have anything here. So I use the allow block. I'm not using the deny because the game is in adventure mode. So I don't need have a use for the deny block. But just people can come over to the workstations, place down the items they have. You know, fire for cooking food, ender chest. Make sure they have silk touch for that stuff. Brewing stands for potions and stuff like that. And in the game you'll be able to find choker boxes, which are basically backpacks where you can store all this stuff in. But the only thing is you have to find an allow block to open up your backpack. But that's basically that in a nutshell. Above it are barrier blocks, so they can't build. You know, above this they can't sit there and build above it and stuff like that. But that's gonna wrap it up. Yeah, like I said, if you haven't seen Dreams of Darkness, the game, come over there, check it out. It's still fairly new. Coming up soon on there right now, I think we're on episode 9 as I'm doing this video. By episode 14 or 15, I plan on doing something with the allow block that's going to be really, really cool. Either 14 or 15 is going to have a big backstory. We're going to work on that. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to do something cool with the beacon block with the allow block. That's going to be really cool. It's going to be a big thing in the game and something I'm trying new. I've been testing it, and it looks like it's going to be awesome. All right, that's going to wrap it up for now. Thanks for watching this. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Smash that like button, and I'll see you next video.